Okay, welcome back. Last time we finished off the final astrological temple. We dealt with the Leo temple, so we had to go and fight Shadow Tatsuya. And now, today, before I before I start the run-up to the final dungeon, I have a few little things I want to do. So first, I'm at Claire de Lune because I want to buy the legendary gun for Maya. So Maya now has what should be her final weapon. I might switch back and forth between that and the Pipe Fox, depending on how much it affects her magic damage, but we should be okay. And now, I also want to quickly head on over to Hirosaka and go to Satomi Tadashi, perhaps for the final time. Okay, that's a lie. I'll probably come back here one or two more times to stock up on items. But hey, it'll be okay. Now, I will buy... You know what, it's probably the last time I'll be doing this, so I will go all in on buying, the sweepstakes entries, because now I need to quickly go to the ramen shop, because one, I haven't been here for ages, and two, we heard a rumor that they are also selling another of the legendary weapons here. So let's go and ask about that. So we can make small talk. Huh? Legendary case. Yikes, you kids heard the rumor too? Some people been saying I sell a legendary case here, right? Who'd go starting a rumor like that anyway? Well, whoever it is, it's bullpucky. I don't have anything like that here. Thanks for stopping by, but if that's what you're after, you'll have to find it somewhere else. Okay, so with that, we now leave, and we head on over to the detective agency to spread the rumor. Because, well, that's kind of just what we need to be doing. However, because I've also bought the stuff off sweepstakes, let's have Tamaki go and send these off for us. Thank you very much, Tamaki. Thank you for your service throughout this entire game. And now we can go and spread the rumor that Shiraishi Ramen has another legendary weapon. So now we should get a little cutscene when we go back into the place, and then we can get the legendary weapon for Eikichi. And then we can start another kind of just series of events. Yeesh, you're still asking about that legendary case? I told you before, I don't have it. Oh, I think you do. After all, we spread the, I know you do really have it though, don't you? What? The word of the next spy isn't good enough? Even that spy stuff was a rumor before. It doesn't matter. I just want you to help me out. For old time's sake, the guitar case is here, isn't it? Come on, don't make me beg. Sheesh. It'd be pretty sad to go around with you holding a grudge. Alright, you want the legendary case? I got it right here. But this wasn't easy to come by. I can't sell it cheap, so I got a proposition for you. That's the spirit. Lay it on me. I'll agree to anything. I've been working on a new dish for the menu, and I just finished it. It's called Yogurt Ramen. Well, I just remembered. I've got to go take care of something right now. See ya! If Eikichi tests of a new recipe for me, I'll sell you the legendary case. Well, not much choice here. We're friends, right? You wouldn't sacrifice your best buddy just for a weapon, would you? Come on, man, say it ain't so. Good luck, Eikichi. I love how we're doing all of this for his legendary weapon as well. Okay, fine, you want me to eat it? I'll show you the great Eikichi's iron stomach. Bring it on. Yogurt ramen, strawberry pot stickers, do your worst. I've never had pot stickers. What even are they? Anyway, that's the spirit, kid. I'll whip some up just right now. Just give me a sec. Here you go. Oh shit, your finger. You got your finger in the bowl. Relax, relax. It ain't hot or anything. Fine. Doesn't change anything. Alright, here goes. Eikichi is eating. Oh, those are concerning eating noises, but okay. Well, I ate it. You get ramen. Well, how was it? It was delicious. So good I can feel my organs shutting down. Adieu. And he's dead. Eikichi, you alright, buddy? Great. The deal's set. I'll add the legendary case to the menu. So come by it when you have enough money. Okay, well, we have enough money right now. And also, yes, Eikichi is now poisoned. Okay, legendary case. We can now pick that up for a nice 500,000. And I'm now basically broke, but hey, here we are. Okay. What does Eikichi have to say? Don't worry about me. One for all, and all for one. Okay. I mean, buddy, this is for your own legendary weapon. I didn't have to do anything. Okay, so now I'll just give Eikichi an antidote to get rid of that poison. And now we can start an entire, like, little series of events that are extremely easy to miss. So if you go over to the shrine, now that I have both of these, a kid should appear here. Oh, you found me. Okay, want to hear something good? I heard that there's a strange note on the bulletin board at Honmaru Park. What do you think's written on it? Okay. So this kid will tell us that we need to go to Honmaru Park and look at the bulletin board. So now, if we quickly go over to the park and look at the bulletin board. Also, yeah, there's a whole bunch of cult stuff going on here. Well, we're not good. You know what? What do you have to say, buddy? See, my brethren, an arrow of light has been unloosed from the school burdened with the fate of the Seven Sisters. Our evolution begins. Now is when and we shall become Idyllians. Prepare yourselves. And yeah, they're doing like Cthulhu stuff or whatever. Bulletin board. I heard a rumor that there's a legendary flower somewhere in Sumaru. Does anyone know where it might be? Someone said it was at Time Castle, but I have no idea if it's true. Please contact me if you know anything. Kaori. I think I'm like 99% sure I pronounced her name wrong. Anyway, so now we can go to Time Castle and see what's happening over here. You say that, but I bet you're just hiding it from us. The answer is the same no matter how many times you ask. There's no such thing as a legendary flower at this castle. I will say the design for the time count is absolutely sick and I love it. Anyway, but Claire's Lune and Shiraishi Ramen had legendary items. I'll pay whatever you ask. The legendary flower is here, isn't it? Please sell it to me. Legendary? To what extent does man actually understand the weight of time conveyed by that word? I must ask that you leave. This is not a place for those who would insult time. More high and mighty garbage. You just know he's hiding it. I bet he's only trying to drive the price up. I don't know. Maybe it just hasn't been delivered here yet. Maybe the seller's somewhere else. Could be that someone already bought it. If that's the case, he should just say so. Maybe he used it for something. I bet it was stolen and he's too embarrassed to admit it. Okay, so now we can go and talk to the time count and see what he has to say about it. So let's talk to the count and ask about it. Wait. No? Actually, hang on, wait. He does say something quite important here, so let's ask about him again. The Last Battalion is on the march. The end of time may be drawing near, and you? How will you respond? Man cannot defy the working of time. Doing this, will you fight against the end? Yes. Rise up against it. A pawn has a meaning only if it moves. It won't be much, but I'll lend you my strength. Take your time and browse my new wares. Yeah, his store actually has pretty strong weapons and stuff now. But we are not here to buy those, unfortunately. Because I'm now kinda broke, but hey, that happens. This is a problem. We have the 4 skulls, but if he demands we hand him over in return... And, whatever, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it, John, it'll be fine. So, now that we've learned about all of that, we can now go and talk to all of the rumor mongers. And just to kind of make this go a little bit faster for myself, I did kind of test this in advance so I know who to go and talk to. So we now need to go back to /, log onto this computer, and talk to Baofu. So let's see what he has to say. Legendary weapon rumors. Okay. Transmission complete. Are you saying the terrorists bombed those sites with the aim of making those temples appear? I guess it fits with the Oracle. Oh well, I'll send you my information now. Time Castle, legendary weapon sold there. But it was given away. It seems the owner gave it away to a woman with short hair. No one knows who this woman may be. Sorry, but that's all I have for you for now. So, now I know exactly where to go to. However, I quickly want to check the detective agency, because I'm pretty sure I now need to go and actually spread the rumor, and then we can actually start doing stuff. I say that, but I also have a couple of other things to do before I do that as well. Okay, so let's talk to Chief Todoroki real quick. Scroll on down here. The Count gave it as a gift. Okay, so now we need to go on over to Yumazaki. Now we need to go to I guess this would be like the Yumazaki ward? Is it a ward? Anyway, whatever. So now we go on over to Yumazaki, and we have to go to Tony's shop, because we'll now find a few characters having kind of just gathered there. Them being a lot of returning characters from Persona 1. So let's talk to Eriko first. Last Battalion has evidently invaded Sevens. We'll secure the city. You ought to go help your classmates. Also, hey Hidehiko, what's up? What's the matter? You look like a deer in the headlights. Is it, they always save the best for last, right? That's why you guys should chill out a little bit, go ahead for that temple thing. Trust me, I'll make sure the people of this city see how much ass I kick. Fair enough. But now we can go and talk to Maki. This flower? The Captain of the Time Castle gave it to me. He said it was a symbol of a destiny to be passed on. Do we want it? Yes. A legendary flower. This? Doesn't look like it. But stranger things have happened. Okay, you can have it. Here you go. So now we have the legendary flower. So let's give Eikichi the legendary case. Yes, we can give Maya the legendary gun, and we can give Jun the legendary flower. Okay, they will be able to get effects later. Do you have anything else to say? What should we do? I want to get the people to a safe place, but where? Okay, so now that we've done all of this, I can also mention that I went and basically did a little bit of grinding. Basically, I went and maxed out a couple of my personas. I just got a few more of those done. And then I went and played blackjack at the casino in-game for about 3 hours. And by that I mean I walked over here, started playing, and then just hit speed up and played until I won a whole bunch of coins. So now I want to buy... I could buy a desperate... Maybe I should buy a desperate measure, actually. So what I want is the Star Metal Boots, because they are plus 25 magic defense. Then I want a Desperate Measure, because that's basically an infinite use revival bead. And I could buy an Orb of Solving, but I'm not going to, because I want to get a Miragion card and a Magarula card. I could have also gotten the things to allow me to get to summon Lakshmi, Bishamonten, and Charon. I don't know how to pronounce that. Anyway, so now that I've done all of that, I can finally make my way to the Velvet Room, and then we can finally start doing stuff 15 minutes into the episode. Yeah, this has largely just been a setup episode, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. Also, I just realized I didn't have any equipment on Jun. So I guess... Okay, sure, Jun, you can have the Star Metal Boots and the Miracle Object. Actually, Magic Defense? Who has the worst Magic Defense? You know what, it'll be fine. So, now I planned all of this in advance, don't worry about it. So I need 150 Emperor cards. I need 150 cards for Emperor. I do wish I could jump this up by 10 at a time. Unfortunately, in this game, I cannot do that. For some reason, that is not an option in this game. However, they did fix that. They did fix that and made it a lot easier to do in Eternal Punishment. And I want 162 Tower cards, and I wanted 2 Temperance cards. Wait, was it Temperance? I believe it was. Okay, so... Thanks, Demon Painter, thanks for all the help. Because I did a tiny bit of grinding, Jun went up 1 level as well. So I can now fuse Isis. And I'll teach Isis Miragion. Do I want to give it a dexterity boost? Actually, that is quite a lot of magic damage. So yes, I'll give that a dexterity boost, and it will now have access to Miragion right out the gate. So we now have Isis available as a new persona. Fantastic. So I now want to fuse like 5 or 6 more things, so we may be here for just a little bit. Okay, so now we have Isis done. I now want to go and get Indra, and I'll give Indra... I will give Indra Aquas, I guess, and give it a strength boost. This way, Indra should just be a very strong physical attacking persona on the Emperor Arcana. And Indra, fun fact, is one of the... it's one of the bosses near the end of... not Persona 1, SMT 1. So we now have Isis, we now have Indra. I now also want to fuse Seka, I don't know how to pronounce it, on here. And I'll teach that Zionga, I think. Why Zionga? I don't really know. But hey, it does Havoc damage, it has Earth damage, and it gets, whatchamacallit, it also has Madoon, which could come in handy. So we now have that sorted out. And there is 3 or 4 things more that I want to fuse, and then we can finally start making progress. So hopefully we'll be on our way within 20 minutes. So I want to get Vritra and teach it Tarukaja. I also give a Vitality boost. Just because Vritra is... I remember Vritra being quite helpful to me. I quite liked having it last time I played this. Or maybe it was in Eternal Punishment. Either way, most personas keep their kind of like level up movesets and stuff in Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. They don't change too much. Okay, then I also wanted to get a Succubus. I will hopefully be able to get Tsukiyomi by the time I get to the end. And I'll teach that Agidine. And I think I'll give that a dexterity boost as well. Actually, no, I won't. I'll just leave it as is. And hopefully we should be okay from here. So we now have... So I've now fused Isis, Indra, Sika, Succubus, Vritra. Okay, I have 2 more that I want to do just for my own general convenience. And these ones are going to be way weaker personas that I have no intention of actually using in fights. So I want to quickly get a Pixie and teach that Mediarama, so I can now have a basically somewhere between like 4 and 6 cost Mediarama, just to kind of heal outside of fights. Is this optimal? Probably not, but hey. It's the maybe questionable choice that I've now made. And now, I also want to fuse, I believe it's a Harpy, which is the lowest level Temperance persona. And I can also give that Estoma, just in case while I'm going through the final dungeon, I just get frustrated and decide, yeah, I'm just going to run to the end. I'm probably not going to do that, but just on the off chance, I now have access to Estoma. Okay. Now then, I also need to shuffle all these around, which may take a little bit. Okay, so, I also now want to mutate Hermes and get Kronos. And I'll just let this entire animation play out, because this is Jun getting his ultimate persona. So, Hermes, thank you for your service, but now we can get Kronos. Kronos will also be able to get Heartfelt Prayer. I am Kronos, the dark sun that kills its father and wields the scythe of false power. See the karma controlling one's destiny. Okay, so with that, we now have Kronos as well. Now then, I will probably just speed up while I'm trying to organize through all of this, because this is probably going to be a giant hassle. Actually, hold on, wait, it might not be anywhere near as bad as I think it's going to be. That was less ideal, okay. Eros Prime switches to there. Eros Prime switches with Venus. Then I switch Artemis to here. Then I switch Jun. No, wait, I switch them there. Switch that. Nope. Then I switch Durga here to get Kronos there. And then... Wait. Yes, I'm doing it right. Okay, sorted. Fantastic. And now, I can switch out Kalubri for Isis. I switch out Hel for Indra. I switch out Kineshikakmu for Vritra. I switch out Iris for Seeker. I switch out Original Maya for the Pixie. And I kind of want to keep the Prime Personas, but I probably don't need them anymore. I'll switch out Vulcanus Prime for the Succubus. I'll switch out I'll switch out Maya Prime for the Harpy, I guess? No, wait. I'll switch out Radamanthus Prime for the Harpy. And with that, these are more than likely going to be most of my final personas. Okay, so it took 21 minutes. And let's get everyone set back up. So Apollo, Hades, Venus, Artemis, and Kronos. Okay. Also, Kronos, he just looks kind of cool. Okay, so, now then, 21 minutes into the episode, we can finally go and make progress. Okay, off we go to Seven Sisters High. Because now there's regular enemies everywhere here and everything. Ah, so Senpai, great timing, we're in trouble. When the Naruto stood in the courtyard started shining, that last battalion suddenly rushed over here. I barely got out, and they captured everyone else. They're locked up in the classrooms now. There's nothing we can do with the soldiers still on lookout. Please, you have to save everyone. I'm gonna get out of here. Count on you, Senpai. Okay, fair. Okay, later, buddy. So now we can head on out to the courtyard, and let's see what everyone has to say. Because now things are getting weird. Once we go in, there's no telling if we'll be able to come back, Tatsuya. Are we all set? Okay. This is Heaven's Gate. Father believed that the Silver River was the path to Xibalba. He said that underneath Sevens is the Silver River after it breaks off from the Tanabata River, and that the Heaven's Gate that led to the underground Silver River, it was supposed to be this Naruto stone. That Silver River thing is under here. I mean, I know there's a river right near it, but this is too ridiculous. Okay, Lisa, what do you have to say? I can't believe the Naruto stone was that important. And again, I guess that's why you could always find Miss Izil nearby. Okay, off we go. We enter the Pillar of Light, and we arrive at the Silver River. There really is a river here. The walls are shining. The Silver River is a pretty appropriate name for it. If we go down this river, we should come out at the entrance to Xibalba. One of their boats is over here. Question is, who's going to pilot it? Come on aboard! Wow, Big Maya, you can even pilot a boat? Think she can do it? Not a chance. Come on, get in, we don't have all day. Now, you may recall Yukino said, do not let Maya drive. So when did you learn to pilot a boat, Big Maya? Oh, well, I have a driver's license. It's the same thing, really. Huh? Everyone else knows what's going to happen. Poor Jun. Called it. Everyone's okay, right? You know, I'm proud of my driving record. In a way, I've never killed anyone. And we're crashing again. And again. I mean, hey, at least we've got to an easy point for a 3-point turn, I guess. Now, just let Tatsuya take the controls. Okay, Maya? Yes, Lisa. It's fine. Okay, so now Tatsuya is in control of the boat, and we are on our way. Because Tatsuya actually knows how to drive things. Has he ever piloted a boat before? Apparently not. Also, I don't actually have any input on this. Like, it's just following me down the river. We will get interrupted for fights, however. Now, the question is, what are these guys going to be weak to? I'll just cast Malaquadine on Buku Kakwix? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not going to pretend to know how to pronounce that. Okay, I'll attack Mananan with, whatchamacallit, Kronos. I'll cast Zandine on Hunabku, and I'll cast Diamond Dust, I suppose. Worst case scenario, okay, you know what, worst case scenario, I still get pretty decent damage out. Okay, that hasn't killed anything. Okay, Hunabku definitely is resistant to nuclear. Just from the fact that we did no damage to it, I'm immediately certain that that is not weak to it. Are you just... You might just be dull magic. Like, I think they might just be good against magic, period. Let's try regular attacks. Okay. Well, it wasn't quite perfect, but apparently we did enough. And also, Tatsuya has now leveled up. I will give him a boost to 2 strength, 1 vitality, I guess. But yeah, so basically we've now just stolen one of the Last Battalion's boats, and we're just sailing on down the river towards Xibalba. Okay, analyze. What are you weak to? They're weak to earth, they're weak to wind. Okay, which means... I could just cast Water Talons. You know what, I will just cast Water Talons. Because when in doubt, Water Talons kind of just works. And then I can cast... Maragidine, I suppose. And then Diamond Dust should be able to clean up any kills, I think. Either way, this fight shouldn't take too long. I think I'm roughly on level for these enemies, so I'm not too worried about them. Kronos has now hit rank 2, which is quite nice. I don't really know what he's going to learn by level up. I know that eventually he does get Heartfelt Prayer, though. And Heartfelt Prayer is a move that I absolutely want to have. Basically, Heartfelt Prayer is essential for getting the full party buffs, and that's why I really need to get it. Because the full party buffs, so Mataru Kaja, Maraku Kaja, all of those, yeah, they are, for some reason, you can't get those normally in this game. Okay, Lucifuge? Anyway, I'm going to try and get rid of these guys as quickly, and I imagine that they're quite weak to physical attacks. So I'm just going to kind of go all in on that. And hopefully I don't need to worry too much about them. Okay, they aren't weak to... Oh, they are weak to physical attacks. Okay, Bufudyne did a fair bit. Mudun got blocked. Okay, fantastic. Solid hit out of Eikichi. Gigantic Fist does solid damage. Yeah, now that we have, whatchamacallit, since I now have the ultimate weapons for 3 of my 5 party members... I do intend on going back to try to get the ones for Tatsuya and Lisa. Like, I know how to get them, well, I know where they are, but we can't currently get them. Like, they require doing the entire abandoned factory story. So hopefully I can get through there without too much hassle, but we'll see how it goes. I also probably shouldn't have just auto-battled that with regular attacks, but hey, we won regardless. Now then... You know, while I'm here, quickly pause. If I quickly pause, I can have Lisa switch over to using Pixie. I should have just put Pixie right at the bottom. Realistically, that probably would have been the play. Now I have a 4 SP cast of Mediarama, and I'm very content to have that. I could just cast Estoma and just have a nice, peaceful sail down the river, but... At that point, I feel like I would basically be cutting this episode a lot shorter. The river splits in 3. What should we do? So I can go left, right, or middle? Go left. Is this the play? I don't actually know. I mean, ultimately, they all end up at the same place, I imagine. Okay, you are... Well, Mananan is weak to fire. Oh, well, buddy, do I have some bad news for you. I have some bad news for you, and it comes in the form of Tatsuya's abilities. I also probably should use some of these new personas I got, shouldn't I? No, I'll equip Isa. Wait. Maya's the one who has good affinity with Magician, I think. So I'll have Lisa just cast normally, Jun can just cast normally. Eikichi can also... I shouldn't have Eikichi cast normally, because I know from checking the Velvet Room... that this, Mananan, I know that they are weak to... sorry, they are primarily water-based. So Eikichi's magic wouldn't really be too optimal for this. Okay, Magnadine does decent damage. Now, Garudine probably finishes off one of them. Wow, it didn't. Aquadine just gets reflected. What's the next one gonna do? Heat Wave. I don't know why the game I don't know why, but the game does periodically just go, no, no, no. We're going very slowly. I don't know why it does that. And sometimes it's fast and sometimes it just isn't. And Tatsuya just obliterated them. Maybe I should have gone for Blazing Burst. Either way, that is a nice... you know, a nice little chunk of money. I do appreciate the enemies at this point starting to give semi-decent amounts of money. I mean, that's fair, because if they didn't, we would pretty much be running out of money constantly. And now I can just do regular attacks on these. Regular attacks, I don't mind. Because 176 there, 555 damage crit out of a 500 damage crit. That is huge. Also, Lisa's punch didn't get reflected back because she still has nuclear attacks. Like, her punches are still technically nuclear because of the item that I have equipped. Okay, so now we just get to keep following this river, and eventually we will reach Xibalba. Will I get there within the next 5 minutes? Yeah, I don't actually know. You know what, let's go for Mega Blaze. That sounds like a very fun, powerful one to use. Wait, what was it? Oh, the other one would have been probably a water combo, wouldn't it? I mean, either way, I'm just going to cast Mega Blaze. It'll just work. But what is the other option? Heavy Rain? Yeah, let's pass on using that for this turn. Because I think it would be ultimately better for me if I cast Malaquadine on them and then just have Eikichi cast Zandine and on Hunabku. Or... yeah, because we definitely kill Mananan with the Mega Blaze. I feel like that's basically locked in. Mega Blaze, boom, just annihilates most of their health bars. And Malaquadine takes out these two, and Eikichi should finish this off. Fantastic. I do appreciate how my party is now at pretty much a point where we can obliterate most enemies without too much hassle. And Eikichi's strength is consistently just getting higher and higher and higher. Okay. I don't know how long this bit is. Oh hey, various Seekers, what are you weak to? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me just check. They are weak to Earth? But they are Earth-based. I feel like that's an oversight, but okay. I guess I'll cast Magnadine then, unless the game is lying to me. Unless the game is wrong or lying to me, this should just destroy them then. But I feel like it says they're Earth-based. If they're Earth-based, I know they use Earth magic. They should block Earth, not be weak to it. Why are they weak to what they use? Who thought this was a good idea? Like, I do not understand. Either way, that's that fight done. But why are they like that? I feel like that's an oversight. I feel like that must have been a programming error or something. Like, I don't know, I feel like something that uses... I feel like if you are primarily casting this type of magic, you shouldn't be weak to that kind of magic. I don't understand it. Like, why would they program it like that? You know what, I think it's probably better if I just don't question it. It's probably better for me and easier if I just don't question it. Okay, Mega Blaze will at the very least obliterate 2 of these things. Well, it killed the one at the back at the very least. And I should have just attacked. I should have gone for AoE. When in doubt, perhaps area of effect is always the way to go. I also should have had Lisa switch over because now she gets another agility boost rather than dexterity. And I think I would have preferred for her to get dexterity there. Also, I got this far into the game. So I'm this far into the game on my 3rd or maybe 4th playthrough. And I've just learned pretty much now, oh hey, that's how this works. All of the personas don't give their stat boosts by the persona they are. They give their stat boost by the arcana that they are. And I have played through this game 3 times and just noticed that. Also, I'm going to switch Eikichi on over to using Indra here and cast Blade of Fury, because that should, in theory, hit all of them in the front line. And I'm hoping Jun just kills the back line in one shot. Garudine doesn't quite kill. Gigantic Fist. Okay, that was blocking. That's fine. Blade of Fury. Okay, Blade of Fury does respectable enough damage. I can appreciate that. Thank you for your service there, Jun. And Eikichi and everyone else. And that should be this fight just about over. Fantastic. Also, I haven't been paying attention. Is everyone else close to a level up? Maya, Jun, and Tatsuya are about halfway to their next level up. Also, I do find it quite fun that Jun is technically my strongest party member because I was a little bit under-leveled when he joined the party. But hey, we should still be okay.
I don't want to fight.
Unfortunately, Jun, we don't have much of a choice. We will be fighting. Okay, then I can cast Malakwadine on the back line, and then also just cast Blade of Fury, I suppose. I don't think I've used Indra in this game before. Have I used Indra in any Persona game before? I don't think I have, because I'm relatively certain that it isn't summonable in Persona 4 or 5, or 3. I'm pretty sure it isn't summonable in Persona 3, 4, or 5. I don't remember seeing it in Persona 1, and... Okay, hold on. Icy Fury EX, hold on. Blade of Fury with magic. Now, that now tells me I just have massive potential area of effect damage on everything. That is very helpful. For a second, I thought I had finished the Silver River, but we aren't quite there. That's a knight just kind of by himself. Curious. Actually, if I set my turn order, I set my turn order and then just do that, I should, in theory, get a different movement. Okay, hey, Aries. Not gonna lie, that is not... visually, that is not what I would have expected Aries to look like in a Persona game. Okay. Yep, I was on the right thing. So now I can have Pixie cast that, and then we go for Marakidine and Blade of Fury, so we should get Fiery Fury EX. I assume. I think it's a safe assumption. Twin Slash does decent damage to Maya because she is weak to whatchamacallit. She is weak to physical attacks because Artemis is basically reflects all magic but is weak to physical attacks. Fiery Fury EX does a nice chunk of damage. I should be able to get Thunderous Fury and probably Wind Fury as well. So we should be able to get a good amount of stuff going. However, I think it probably requires like Agidine, Malakwadine, Magnadine, Magarudine. That would be my guess. Actually, I can probably check. Fiery Fury. Okay, it can't. Yeah, it requires the area of effect version. The Jun won't be able to do it just yet. However, I should still be able to set my turn order and have Lisa do. I should still be able to have Lisa handle it though. And just for my own convenience, I will switch over. But I'll have everyone else block while I'm trying to do this. So there's my Magnadine with Blade of Fury. So So I should get Earth Fury now. And if I get Zeon... No, wait, I haven't seen Mazio at all in this game. Huh. So, the Earth version does electric damage? That's weird, but okay. Like, I feel like that's maybe another little oversight in the game, but okay, I suppose. Okay, so we know that Yaxa on the backline is weak to... we know that Yaxa on the backline is weak to whatchamacallit. No, wait, I should use Thunderous Fury. I should use Thunderous Fury, because this should do a lot to all of the stuff, and what does everyone else can do? Everyone else can cast Mega Blaze as well? Okay, we are cooking for this fight. I mean, Seeker is weak to Earth, again, for some reason that I can't quite understand. Yaxa just gets absolutely obliterated. And now we can cast Thunderous Fury, and the Blade of Fury part probably does a lot of damage to everything else. Okay, 10 out of 10. I think getting Indra was definitely a good choice. Honestly, I think getting anything with Blade of Fury was perhaps a good choice. Honestly, I feel like Blade of Fury is a move that I've always kind of slept on in the later games. Okay, I think we're at the end here. We've been going down this river forever. I'm bored. Will you quit your yapping? What'll it take to make you happy? A waterfall showing up and suddenly? That sound. Oh no. No way. Your Honor, we found a waterfall. And off we go. I mean, hey, we're all alive. Looks like you're okay, Tatsuya. Thank goodness. Could you check on Lisa and Big Maya? I'll check on Eikichi. Come on, team, get up. We have a dungeon to do. Tatsuya? Yep, we're still here. We're still alive. Where's the others? They are right over here. Ow. That was horrible. Whew. Well, at least everyone's okay. There's no way we can get all the way back up there. Let's take a minute to think about what to do. By the way, Jun, what are you staring at? I don't know, Eikichi. Maybe a very simple thing to see. I guess we just walk off into the darkness now. Look at the size of it. I can't even make out the ceiling. That's odd, though. They know we're after them. So isn't it a little too quiet? There's not even a welcoming committee here. This spaceship can carry an entire city, so I bet it has tons of high-tech traps. Everyone probably fell for them. I doubt they all died, but you're right. There must be some pretty devious traps in here. Or you could have just not mentioned it. Like what exactly? Lasers, maybe? Or a superheated room? Let's go lasers. Whatever it is, we can't just stand here. We need to get the Heaven Skull so we can put the city back to normal. Let's go. What's with these holes? Is someone trying a peep through to catch a glimpse of moi? Peace your eyes. Jun saving the day. It's a trap. Run. That wasn't funny. My beautiful face now got zapped full of holes. Meanwhile, Lisa is just trying to dodge her way over here. You okay, Lisa? And then she just punches out Eikichi, okay. I'm so going to kill you out after this is all over. You know what? What was that stupid stunt? There. It was thanks to Eikichi that we noticed the trap. Come on, let's not stay around. Let's not stay around here too long. Okay, so with that, we have now properly entered Xibalba, which is the final dungeon of the game. And I am going to actually end off today's episode here. To be honest, it took a lot longer than I thought it was going to get everything done at the start. But yeah, so next time we're going to be starting off Xibalba. I'm going to end off today's episode here. Injustice should be continuing on Monday, unless I decided to do something else in the meantime. Because I'm recording this episode on June the 7th, so I'm recording this like a couple of days before the first episode should go up. So I might shuffle around the schedule. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, I'm going to end off today's episode here. Injustice should be tomorrow, and then we'll be back on Tuesday with more Persona as we begin to properly investigate Xibalba. So, as always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I'll hopefully see you all, well, on Monday for Injustice, or Tuesday for Persona. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.